Somewhere deep in the Ozark woods lurks the two people everyone tries to avoid the most. If you're not careful, they may find you before you find them.
Truth. You are trying to poke a bear. There's people out there that actually are racist. There are
That's my favorite saying. Don't poke the bear. I like this. I love. I'm starting to have a bromance or something. Guy, what do they call it? Anyway, yeah. I always don't poke the bear. Damn people, the bear can bite your head off and shit down your neck. Don't poke the bear. Okay. Where's my mic? Here we go. All right, we're recording. Actually, I'm recording. Grandma's still not feeling well. I'm just letting her sleep. I've got the music on and back in the other part of the house, so hopefully she won't hear me. Anyway, welcome to another episode of Adventures and Icecapades. It is December 20th, 2021, 11 o'clock a.m., 11:12 a.m. I've just been piddling around today, getting the office cleaned up and working on a few things. Ordered some more RAM. We're going to upgrade the RAM in the computer. We're going from 4 gigs to 16. We might actually be able to get something accomplished that might help pull in the signal a little better on the internet. I don't know, but I know it'll help processing these videos a whole lot. Right now, we're dragging so much. Right now, I'm running with 4 gigs. I'm running 48% on my CPU at 10 frames per second film rate. That's the reason why it's a little, but it's smoother than if I try to do the 30. So anyway, we are moving up in the world, I hope. Let me get to what I'm watching. I found this podcast. I just started searching podcasts. I was getting kind of burnt out on watching the same old, and commenting on the same few people and what they were watching. I just wanted to go out and expand my horizons. And I found this podcast. And I watched one video and I was very impressed with them. So I am now going to watch another one with you guys, and we're going to watch it together and see what you think about them. They are, let me get, Grandma likes it when I have it over here. I don't know, it doesn't. We'll try it there. But anyway, let me get it back over here. They get off me. This is one of the most triggering videos on YouTube at Jordan B. Peterson. Now, I like Jordan Peterson. You know, I would love to sit down and have a conversation with, just a casual, intellectual conversation. I think I could learn a lot from him. He has a very wide vocabulary of thought, and he can articulate himself very well. I have problems articulating myself well at times, and I wished, I look at that as one of my flaws. I wished I was more articulate than I am, or able to come up with the words that I need to best explain the thoughts that are going through my head. So anyway, this is a young man and young lady. It's Flawdzilla. They have 103,000 subscribers. I'm on the wrong freaking one again, aren't I? Wrong screen. I need to be over here. I've got you over here, and then I keep looking at this screen here and moving my mouse over here, but none of it works because this is a picture of a picture. I have to look over here to actually do what I want to do, which means I have to look away from you, and I don't like looking away from my audience when I'm speaking to them. Anyway, Flawdzilla has 103,000 subscribers. I have subscribed and joined. I'll watch them for a while. I'll get all of their, and then I'll monitor them and see if they're consistent or what, and then I have been known to subscribe to people for a while and then unsubscribe because I didn't see them consistent. They were a little too wishy-washy. So that, or they just kept saying the same thing over and over and over. I mean, it's just like watching a rerun of I Love Lucy constantly. So I just unsubscribe. Anyway, let's go in and look at them, watch them, and see what you all think.
Spaghetti.
What is good? Welcome back to the Flawdcast. I am your boy Flawdzilla. We're here with my lovely co-host Mozilla. How you doing?
What up, yo?
I'm doing good. This is the last one plays on the internet. You like how I jumped into that? This is the last one plays on the internet, and I'm glad you could be here with us today, and you will be too by the end of this video. So
yeah.
I decided, I actually stumbled across this video last night, and I don't know why I watched the whole thing off stream, but I want to show you this video.
Word.
Because this nigga's wild, and I'm still gonna talk and shit and do all the points because obviously it don't need to be a surprise for me to feel the fucking way I feel. So
Oh my god.
let's get into this, man. This video is the video which made Jordan Peterson famous. That's what it's titled.
Okay.
But after watching it, this is so what I got from the video is that he just had a speech, you know what I'm saying, like a speech, whatever, a lecture.
Yeah.
And there was protests outside of it, right? And so, like, obviously you've heard that conservative means racist. Da, da, da. This was like a few years ago, so it was like before like that gained. I mean, that's always been a thing, but that's always what they try to say. But like before it got to where it is right now, like if you just anything that's not liberal, you're racist.
Yeah.
So they're saying that his beliefs align with the KKK's, or that actually the KKK agree with some of the things that he says, so he must be a part of the KKK. That's the point they're making here. All right, so without further ado, let's get into this thing, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so we notified whenever we drop.
Let's
get into this thing, man.
But see, that's what they always do. I'm sorry. The left always tries to manipulate the smallest minute detail to mean the whole mountain. I've seen them in a bill put in that if this bill passes, that there must be a statement towards, say, anti-Semitism, that anti-Semitism is rife in the country, and that once this bill is signed in, that there will be an open statement of fight against anti-Semitism. So, but then when the bill doesn't, when somebody opposes the bill because it's got a buttload of unnecessary spending in it, or something, something that the other side doesn't, that the conservative side doesn't like, then what does the Democrats do? Oh, they're not voting on this bill because they're actually anti-Semites. They actually, hate Jewish people because they're not voting for this bill, because this bill has in it that we're making a declaration supporting the Jewish people and supporting Israel, but because they actually secretly hate it. I'm just using this as an example, but they hate Israel, so they're not voting on this bill, when that's not the reason why they're not voting on the bill. The reason why they're not voting on the bill, more than likely, was because there was a bunch of spending shit that was in there that they didn't want, or a bunch of social programs that they didn't want. It wasn't because of this one little section. No, but the left will do that. Oh man, they didn't vote on. See, it's like this big spending bill they've got now. They're saying that Manchin, who has the poorest state in the country, according to the left, is depriving his constituents of the health care that they need and the financial reliefs that they need to make their lives better, and the improvement in the education, that he's depriving his constituents of this because he really doesn't love his people. He hates his people. He wants to hold them down. No, that's not the reason why he's not voting for this damn thing. He's not voting for it because it spends too much goddamn money on shit that we can't afford to be spending money on. But they're going to make it look like, oh, he's not voting for it because he does not want his constituents to have free health care, and he does not want his constituents to have free college, and he does not want his constituents to have the financial relief that they need because they're in the poorest state in the nation. They're just so fucking... Anyway, let's get back.
Word.
Yeah, this shit is triggering. I swear. That's all I can say.
I'm ready.
All right, let's get into this.
I want to go talk to Peterson. Peterson, do you have any comments on the Nazi presence at your protest?
Look at his face already. First of all, look at his face. This nigga's like,
He's like, excuse
said-
the fuck me
he's like, what, bitch? Or nigga, whatever you want to be referred to as.
today.
Do you have any comments on the Nazi presence at your protest? The presence of Nazis and white supremacists assaulting people at your protest. Do you have any comment on
Dude,
the presence of Nazis and white supremacists assaulting people at your protest? Do you have any comment on that?
you're already rude. I'm sorry we just paused it 3 times in the same
For
video,
real.
but you're already rude.
Yes.
You just walked up and just yelled. Like, listen to what I'm saying. You're talking to other people, but me.
Exactly. Like, how about, excuse me, Mr. Peterson? Do you
Yeah,
have
like,
Well, see, they came in because they wanted to be inflammatory. They wanted to start a fight. They didn't come in with a question to find out information. They had a predisposed answer, and they were already ready and primed to fight with this man because they knew that he was going to say something that was insightful. So this isn't journalism. This is tabloid. Tabloid TV, tabloid, or whatever it was, whatever they were for their podcast or their, but this wasn't, whoever was approaching Jordan was not doing so in a journalistic manner.
what the fuck? How about you wait for him to wait for the person to finish a sentence, whoever the fuck is speaking to him, and then speak to him?
Wow.
Like, that's just how you talk to people. You don't just walk up and yell to people and call them racist, you fucking idiot. No matter what, even if that was the situation, you're not gonna get a discourse, an actual discourse with people if you approach them like that.
No.
You clearly don't really want to speak. You clearly don't really want to have a conversation. You know,
No.
when you approach it like that.
Yeah.
Then
I don't like
white
Nazis.
supremacists assaulting people at your protest. Do you have any comment on that?
Yeah, I don't like Nazis.
Then why
Why were they here?
Well, how can I answer
are there views in alignment with yours?
At some point, you have to
That's a
realize,
foolish question. Look, if you want to know what my views are,
I've watched all of your videos. Yes.
including
Yes, I have.
then why wouldn't you ask such a question?
Because this is my interpretation of your videos.
apparently, I wanted
Fucking bitch.
Wow. What does that make you think of, though?
Yo.
I watched all your videos, so that's what I get from it.
Yeah.
Like-
exactly.
And then watch, this
And I
person
know.
basically said the same thing. I watched them all last night, so we could do this. Watch.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
I
what they say.
sped watched all of them and just picked apart all the little
And
shit I
all-
couldn't
yes.
stand, and that's all I got from it.
Already had a bias before you went in, so obviously you're just looking for things to support your bias. You think that he gets along with racists and Nazis, he loves Nazis, you're gonna look for shit that maybe Nazis would like for him to say and make it seem as if he's agreeing with them.
Exactly. And how can you even ask somebody a question like
It's a loaded
as
question.
with a matter of fact
Yeah.
in that question?
Yeah, that's not
Like-
even what loaded question means. I don't know why I said that. That's not a loaded question.
You know?
But yes.
Like,
yes.
who the fuck are you to tell me? Just
Why do you kick babies?
Exactly.
Like, what are you talking
Exactly.
about, man?
Exactly. You ever see me kick a baby?
The fuck are you talking about?
Instead, you could be like, yo, somebody said you kicked a baby. Have you ever kicked a
Yeah,
baby?
there's people saying that, you know? Just I want to hear your thoughts on it.
Exactly.
You know, but no, you clearly want to debate. I mean, not even debate. You want to argue.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So yeah.
Dirty bitch already.
All of the people who arranged the protest against you watched all of your videos. Don't want to
Oh, I love these. Like I said, this is only the second time I've watched them, but they're so level headed and so matter of fact. I love these two right now. These are probably my two new favorite people to watch for a while until I get burnt out and find somebody else. But it's just, and he's very articulate. I wish that I could be as articulate as he is at times. For being, now I'm going to assume that this is a spontaneous, that this isn't scripted, that this is all off the cuff. It's all mine is. Mine's all off the cuff. But I'm going to assume that theirs is the same way, and he has a very fluid thought process and a very fluid verbal communication skills, especially for as young as he looks. You know, he's unusually articulate for somebody his age, I believe.
About 150 videos on YouTube.
No, your lectures, which sparked the debate.
Okay. I have 100
So you didn't mean all my videos.
Exactly.
Actually.
Could you let me talk to her for a moment?
Don't call me that, please.
Don't call me that, please. Like,
Oh my god.
you haven't told me what to call you, first of all. So why would I respect anything you want me to call you? How about before you accuse me of doing, like, already trying to, don't call me that as if I meant that shit in like in a facetious way.
You're a fucking N-word.
Yeah. Why don't you just tell me, oh no, that's not, I don't go by that. If you could, I go by this. And then if he says, nah, fuck what you are, then
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But even if he said, well, I don't really like to get involved with all that, so I'll just call you. How about that?
Yeah.
They still get offended.
How about it?
They still get offended if I just say you.
Or the.
But no, how about you?
Yeah, you.
You can. Why you mean the and it? Like, those are rude things. I'm trying to be as civil as
those are
possible.
like-
What I'm saying, if you say something actual civil, if it's just not what they want you to say. Like, if you say things that are actually
Yes.
civil and not meant to offend,
Grade, yeah.
and can't offend when I say you are you. So just because I didn't say whatever the fuck you are trying to force me to say, now I am a bigot. Now I am this phobic. Like, because I didn't say what you told me to say. But people don't respond to being forced to do things ever.
Yes.
No matter what. Like, the way, if people are trying to force you to not
From the
be able
beginning
to
of
say
time.
anything to anybody, then you'd be having a conniption. Right now,
Yeah.
you're trying to force people to do things they don't want to do it, and you have a problem. But if it was the opposite way around, you'd be calling them all these different words.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, how the fuck is he supposed to know? You've never spoke to him before.
Exactly.
How is he supposed to know what the
Don't
fuck is
call me
going
that.
on? How is he supposed to know what you want to be called?
Crazy. Crazy.
That shit pisses me.
And
the
all he was
fuck
saying was,
off.
let me talk to this one. Why are you yelling? This one walked over to me. You walked up behind, started yelling. I'm trying to talk to this
Yeah.
one. That's what he's really trying
Because
to
that's
say.
what y'all do.
But
in
they
fucking
don't
numbers.
exactly. They don't really want to get to the point. They want to overwhelm him.
Yep.
That's
So
it.
he looks crazy.
Yes. Yep.
Disgusting.
Yep.
So, could you let me talk to her for a moment?
Don't call me that, please.
So,
And he didn't even hear
I have
that.
150 lectures on YouTube. There's 500 hours of my views.
Do you really
If
think that
wanna
you're
find
worth
out
all
what
of
they
that
were-
time?
Bitch, are you fucking kidding me?
I knew you were gonna
Are
say
you
about that.
fucking kidding me?
Like,
Are you serious?
How
I
entitled.
cannot believe, like, yo, I'm surprised there's not more people in jail. I am really surprised these days that there's not more fucking physical assault cases.
bro,
Because, yo, it's only a matter of time.
why would that come out of your mouth?
You really
Why
think?
would not your mouth?
Oh.
No, my bad.
Like,
No,
'cause
no,
I want
No.
to beat the fuck
no,
out of her.
out of that person's mouth. Do you really think you're worth all that time? What are you trying to ask me right there?
Seriously, what are you talking about?
What do you?
Well, see, I would have looked at it, I said, well, obviously I'm worth enough of your time to at least superficially prepare for a confrontation and then come down here and attack me like this. So evidently I hold some kind of importance. Now, what level of importance I have on your life, I have no control over. But evidently, somehow, I've touched your life in some way that you feel it's important enough to respond in the manner that you're responding in. So, is this like the most important thing in your life right now, or did you just not have anything better to do and throw it back in their lap?
What do you want me to say to that
Fucking
question?
Yes, I do,
Exactly.
bitch. I do.
But what do you want me to say to that question? Like, why? The fact that he sits here for this amount of time that he sits here and tries to have this conversation with these people is crazy, because they've already given him reasons to not have this conversation, like 5 different reasons.
Tenfold.
Now. Yes.
Yeah.
It's already.
Yeah, see, that's what I have all the respect in the world for Jordan Peterson, because he even when he's upset, he still is very well composed. I'm more like this young lady over here. Are you fucking kidding me? I've often said that I wouldn't do well in public life because I would spend most of my time in jail because I'd be punching people. Somebody come up and say something stupid to me, I would have to retaliate, you know. Yeah. The pen may be mightier than the sword, but a good punch in the nose will go a long ways too.
Conversation could have been ended so many times, but he still tries to have the conversation with them,
and could have been ended in so
Yeah.
many ways.
Yeah,
to
rude
fucking
ways that
make
would
her feel like a piece of shit that he
not
would have
even
been
rude ways,
entitled to do.
just to respond to your rudeness with rudeness.
Yep.
Get this.
Or just with honesty. That's what you could do, and that person would hate that because
Exactly.
they live in a fantasy world and they want you to enable it and cater to it.
It
That's
helps.
really what
Yeah.
it is.
Fucking calves are getting tense.
I told you it was gonna trigger you. I told you.
So I will answer your
I
question.
laugh.
Okay? I've studied Nazism for a very long time. It's been 4 decades, and I understand it very well. And I can tell you that there's some awful people lurking in the corners, and they're ready to come out. And if the radical left keeps pushing the way
That
it's
sounds
pushing,
very much like a
they're
threat.
going to come.
That sounds very much
It's
like
not
a
a
threat.
Don't they always say that? Don't they always say that? That's just the are actually bigots out there that actually will do shit. They are all actually mentally ill, and they will act on these things. And you know what you can't prevent? Them from doing that.
That and getting fucked up.
That this is America, and these people will, like, you cannot, trying to call out every bigot is not going to help you.
No.
Like, it's just do your own thing, because you're trying to provoke.
Yeah.
You're trying to provoke people because you don't like them, but those people are way more dangerous than you are.
And like, look what you're.
There's crazies and extremists on both sides. And you start poking the bear like this, and one of those crazies is going to come up and prove you right by putting a bullet in your head. It's just, I mean, why do that? Why become a martyr? It serves no purpose. You can always trigger somebody that opposes your viewpoint to do something to prove your point to be right, because there's always some crazy individual out there that all they want is attention, and they will do whatever it takes. And if they see an opportunity, hey, I want to prove this person's right because I agree with them, so now I'm going to go and do the one thing that I think is the most evil thing in the world, just to prove that these evil things exist because I agree with this person. No. Why would you trigger people like that?
You're doing. You're borderline harassing this dude.
Yeah.
And like you're making it seem like he's what you're fucking doing. every day. Like,
Yeah.
you're harassing people. You're fucking making claims about people. You're like, don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Nope.
You have absolutely
But that's how they
no
feel.
idea.
They feel like they feel worthy of. They,
Yeah.
they, you know what I'm saying? It's their ego telling them, "This is how I'll be important."
They're so entitled, and it is, entitlement
If I can-
should
if
be
I
like a
can-
sickness.
Yep. If I can get a, yeah, it should be a mental.
Yeah.
If I can get a rise out of Jordan Peterson, because Jordan Peterson has said so many smart things. If I can get him to get mad at me, I can make him look like a piece of shit. That's what it is. It's like trying to just force him to make himself look bad. Trying to force him out of character. Like when someone's like,
Yep.
"Nope, I'm not gonna do it."
Well, and that too, and they feel that they are just as entitled to have their opinions viewed in a positive manner as his views are. So they feel that they should be in the same position as he is in the public discourse because they're entitled to that. Well, I have an opinion, and my opinion counts just as much as yours does. But there's no reason why your opinion should be out there overpowering mine. So now, I'm entitled to have an equal say and equal force on society. So then they're going to come in and not try to prove their point, but try to destroy the other side. Kill the messenger. They're not debating the message. They're killing the messenger.
And they're like, everyone looks at him different now.
Yep.
That's what they're trying.
It reminds me of the 300. And let's look at the Spartans as the left and their point of view. When he kicks the messenger down the well, we are Sparta. Like, you will listen to us because we are entitled to this position that we have attained. So you will listen to us, and you will not talk to us like that because we are the left. We are for the people. We are the masses. We are Sparta. Yeah, that's their attitude.
She came over all loud and big, fucking nasty ass mouth.
Yep.
So she knows she started causing a scene from jump just to make it look like she was the one that's fucking,
Yeah.
nah.
They feel like heroes, man. They feel like heroes doing this.
This shit's fucking annoying.
Yep.
That sounds very much like a threat. Would you like to disavow the physical violence? Trans people were physically assaulted at this rally in your name. Would you like to disavow that violence?
Yeah.
So you wish that didn't happen, and you want to, and I'm going to post this online.
enough.
You would like people to not to be more accommodating of trans people and people of color at your events in future.
I would like
Not
there to be
enough.
no
Listen,
violence.
I'm a person of color, and I felt very accommodating here. I felt like my voice. Thank you very much.
Do you like this guy?
I'm a person of color. There are many Muslims.
You wanted to disavow.
Ha! That means that's a stupid white bitch behind the camera
Yeah.
who's speaking for other people. That's
like
where they
always.
always go wrong.
Like
they
always.
always go wrong for speaking for motherfuckers, but then you have
Always.
no idea how the fuck they feel, and that's where they fuck
That's
themselves
the
up.
delusions. That's the delusions. They're looking directly at Jordan Peterson, but then they see these people of color over here, but they're not even considering
Yep.
them people.
Like, bitch, how you
These
have the
people of color-
audacity?
It's like you can see these people. They're right next to
Why
him.
don't you ask them before you fucking start speaking for them?
Because that's not how it
you
works.
piece of shit. Yo.
They don't care about that part. They don't care what people actually feel. It's really all selfishness.
Yo, that's like
It's all
disgusting.
selfishness. It's all projecting.
Oh
That's all it
my
is.
God.
And it's all to make them feel better. When you're speaking for all these other people, it's like,
Yeah, don't fucking.
I'm speaking for other people because I don't have enough.
Yeah.
My cause is too bitchy. Like
Yeah.
my cause isn't worthy of actually fighting for. So I'm gonna fight for other people's causes that
Yep.
they're not even fighting for. That I feel they need to fight for.
I wish I was oppressed. I wish. I
Yes,
wish I was
yes.
black. I wish I was this. So I
Yes.
could pretend.
Got to
fucking-
create these things.
Yo, you're a
Yes.
psycho.
I have to be a victim so
bitch.
bad.
Yes. Like,
And it's
bitch,
crazy because you're looking at people of color right there. But it just goes to show.
speaking for them.
It goes to show that these type of people, they don't mean anything they say. And when they say people of color, they mean black people.
Yep.
That's it. They don't mean
Yep.
anybody else.
Yep.
And they literally don't. It's just, that's how you know they're getting brainwashed by the media.
Absolutely.
That's what that shows.
They're just regurgitating.
That's what it
It's
shows.
all they do is
because that's what the media
regurgitate.
does. Yeah, the media says black people, and then black people and black people, white people. It focuses on two races
That's all.
until there's like border shit for Mexican people. Like they just pick and choose when to talk about races, and they only talk about them with certain things: the black vote, slavery, racism, police brutality. That's the only time they talk about black people.
Yep.
When they bring up the black race.
Yep.
And when they talk about Asian people, it's yo, it's just fucking. These people are out of control, and the fact that anybody can be like convinced by them is sad.
Yep.
It is so sad. It proves school isn't doing what it's supposed to do.
Like they're legit borderline.
They're not teaching people to actually be smart.
Yeah. Or yeah. Yep. And these people are just listening to what they hear, and they're
just running with it.
Yeah. Or borderline mentally challenged.
I don't know about mentally challenged, but I do think that it is something mental that would allow you to be so convinced by something so weak so
With
quickly.
such ease.
Yeah, with such ease. Exactly. It has to be something.
Yeah. A weakness.
Yeah.
You're fucking weak.
Yeah, I'll say that. I'll
They're
agree with that. I'll agree with that.
So weak.
I'll agree with that.
And this is the disavowal. I am not an advocate of violence. I'm speaking out the way I'm speaking out because I think this is a route to no violence. And violence is lurking. And you can say that that sounds like a threat.
There was no violence at our protest, though. There was violence at your protest. So what does that say about our
It's
views?
not my protest. Asking me continually freighted questions isn't very helpful if you want to have a dialogue. You have no idea if I'm your enemy. You have no idea about me.
You won't use my
Nothing.
pronouns, so I'm pretty sure you're my enemy, yes.
You know, I know you
So we're
think
enemies
that,
then.
but I don't believe that using your pronouns is going to do you any good in the long run. I think it'll do quite the contrary.
And how can she argue that?
Yes, exactly. If you are sitting there,
How can you argue against that?
yep,
Yeah.
that just the logic of
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and for the fact that you can sit there and say, I am offended and I want you to use my pronouns and this, and he says, well, I am offended that he
Yeah.
could say I'm offended that I have to use your
Yeah.
pronouns, and I don't
Why
think
is
I
your
have
offense
to use your
more
pronouns.
offensive?
And
Why is your
are-
offense better more than my offense?
Exactly. Why is that fair? Why is that fair? That right there,
Yep.
like, then
And
fuck everything.
And let's say you do use everyone's pronoun. Everyone learns all the pronouns, right?
Yeah.
Everyone in this country learns all the pronouns, uses them. There's really like we do everything they ask. It's still not going to be enough.
No, there's gonna be.
They find something else.
Well, but then also I agree with Jordan. His point of view is if they force you to use a pronoun or use call somebody by some kind of moniker, and what's to keep them from requiring you to start just calling everybody comrade? That's what they want. That's exactly what they want. They want to dictate your speech, so you have to say things, and you have to say things in the way they want them said. That eliminates free speech. That eliminates free thought. By forcing anybody to attach a moniker to anybody is no different than forcing everybody to call everybody else comrade. There's no difference whatsoever.
I have an issue with, because the issue is not what it actually is. It's
Yeah.
just because they want to be gods. They want to be victims.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Yep.
It's a certain type of, like you just said, it's a mental illness. It's a certain type of
Yep.
predisposition.
Yep.
You know
Because
what I'm
then
saying?
you're right. Because then once they get that, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, things are good now. Nope.
Nope. There's got to be. You got to find something. Gotta find something.
You assume I wear fucking pink
Yep.
underwear?
Yep.
Get
That's
it?
it. It's gonna be no matter
that's
what.
it.
It's gonna be. It's there. This is what they have to find issues.
With yo.
They do.
That's like
Fuck.
agonizing. That is like tiring. How do you?
It's tedious.
How can you live your life? Time goes by
I'm
so
over it.
fast. Like
That's the thing.
days.
That's the type of shit that could make that push me away from being a liberal.
yes,
Like, it was like,
you're wasting.
oh my god, I'm draining myself. I'm draining
Wasting
myself trying to
time.
fight these things.
Yes, your life is
And it does there's
passing
no rationale
before your
for it.
eyes, and you wasted your life
Complaining.
fucking complaining.
Yeah, but then the way that cognitive dissonance works is you double down on it because you don't want to admit that you wasted your life. So you double down on it and go even crazy.
See, this is exactly what I've always said. This is the reason why I don't like peer-reviewed journals, because the people that are doing the reviewing have dedicated so much of their life to this point of view that whenever they get anything that challenges their point of view, they double down on it because they don't want to admit that they might have been wrong. They don't want to admit that they might have wasted their energy, or they don't want to admit that they might have not worked hard enough or looked deep enough, or they but they take it as a personal attack on them when it's not. It's the evolutionary process of gaining wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Easier for these causes.
Yeah, be a fucking activist.
Then you're willing to be a martyr and shit
Yeah.
for your fucking
because you realize
belief, because you
how
will
much
never accept that you
fucking waste you
went overboard. You know, wasted your time. Yeah, it's fucking
Waste.
ridiculous.
weak.
Is that your medical opinion?
Why, is that your medical opinion? Like, you are aware that non-binary people are valid in the American Psychological
This is about
Association.
non-binary. Is that your opinion?
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's about binary pronouns.
No, it's not.
I'm saying that that's
Did
what
you
I'm
come to the
about.
rally? Were you there when I spoke?
No, it's not.
I'm here for this whole thing. Okay, well, I don't
No,
know
it's
that.
not.
It's a genuine question.
For real.
Look, I think that's what's happening is that we're pushing over a line we shouldn't cross. The newest
Me too.
legislation is requiring people to use.
How can
But you are aware that that's being put in place so that we can't get fired. We need to be written into the Canada human rights legislation, or we can be fired for our gender identity.
I'm not aware.
Well, then why did you make a fucking video about it? I've been denied housing as a trans person. These rights would protect me.
Why do you need housing as a trans person?
From this.
Why the
So
fuck do
you think
need
you should have housing given to you? What they try to say is they're trying to say. She just said also to not get fired. If someone wants to fire you, they should be able to fire you for whatever reason.
Absolutely.
For whatever reason. If I own a company and this is America, we don't have to be friends. We don't have to know each other. You want to come and work for my company. I have to know that I can get along, that you're going to get along with my
yeah.
workforce. You're going to get along with my company. This is my company. So I have to know that everything is going to work smooth. And if I believe that this type of shit works better than this type of shit and it's not really like hurting anyone, then you need to understand that I'm not going to go work at Hooters and put on shorts when I'm not a fucking busty woman. So I know they're not going to hire me and I'm not mad about it.
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense, like, for you to really think that you deserve a job, like you're entitled to have the job, like just because you are trans. Now is what you're trying to say. You're entitled to have a job because you are trans. No.
And
But if someone
also,
like it just doesn't even it becomes a slippery slope. It does not make sense.
can't they? Don't you like sign things at employment that they can fire you
Yes.
whenever they want?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
bitch.
They already because of
covering
shit
their
like this
ass.
a long time ago. They been said we reserve the right to fire you for any reason.
Yep.
They put that right into the
That's
contract.
it, boom. Because I don't want to think of every single fucking
But
reason.
they want you to legislate for them specifically. They are a group,
Fuck you.
and they say, "I want to be special."
He is pissed.
Yeah, he is.
And
It was like he's about to spit a DMX verse.
I want to know why the fuck a trans person deserves housing because they're trans if they're not.
I've been
disabled.
home.
Why the fuck do they deserve? If that's what she's saying,
I don't know if that's what she's saying.
unless
honestly.
she was applying for a
I think
disability.
I think what she's saying is that people are evicting them for being trans. But like, how does anyone know you're trans? What are you talking about? I
Nah.
just don't
You
understand.
probably didn't pay your rent, or
But
you
no,
probably,
I think that's what they're trying to act like they're pushing for. They're it's obviously not that, and it's more emotional than anything.
Yeah.
No one really cares about any of this. But
no, yeah, exactly.
You know,
no one cares what you do behind closed doors.
legit.
Or
So
with your
the
life.
fact that they're acting like this is crazy. It's a small few. It's if there is, it's a little few. So you're trying to change legislation for a few people that are being dickheads out here. It's not necessary. And once you start writing this kind of legislation, it's a slippery slope, and they start.
Okay, I'm going to pause this right here. I'm going to go check on Grandma. Okay, I'm back. Grandma's still sleeping. She's doing okay. I think her fever broke. So, It's all looking good from here. Let's get back to this.
On the way you speak, all because you just wanted to make people who don't like trans people like you. Get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yep.
no, that's not how this works. And
Because-
guaranteed, the amount of people that don't like trans people is it's a minute amount. It's not the majority. So it doesn't matter.
Probably the same amount of people that don't like people with
Yes,
red hair.
that don't like every kind
don't
of group.
Like people with fucking white, pale skin. Don't
Yes.
like people with black skin. Don't like people with
That's
red
why
hair,
there's
dark
no.
hair.
That's why there's no like fucking groups that are like. Where have you heard of an anti-trans? Like these things aren't like mainstream because it's not what everyone feels.
Because
If there is anti-trans groups and shit like that, there's probably like 3, 4, 5, 6 people in this
Exactly.
group, 10 people in this group. And there's billions on the planet, so it doesn't. What are you trying to stop that house full of people?
It's like
that
they made it
bedroom
up.
full of it's bullshit.
Yeah.
But I think it's really it's being started not by regular people. It's being started by people who know what this type of
Yes.
legislation is leading
Yes.
to.
Yes.
They know that if they start with this type of legislation, it continues. They just keep on inciting this type of shit from different groups and be like, oh, now you get mad about this and we'll write this legislation to get you help and then get you help. And then it all comes together to shit on all those groups and everyone else.
Yep.
Is what happens. And I think people are just too stupid to understand that. These are funded. These ideas are funded, which is why they're all of a sudden just taking over.
This is
This
why.
is why they are taking over. The more money you put into something, the more it will take over, the more websites will cater to it. All the technology is saying, yeah, we agree with all this type of with all this different like shit that the world isn't even about. All of a sudden just a few people say it and now everybody is that, and you could lose your job in Hollywood and all this if you don't agree. And like this type of shit is absolutely funded.
Yep.
Nothing can take over the world like that without being funded.
True.
That's the thing.
That's true.
Especially in America, capitalist country where everything that happens is because of money. This is being funded.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
State or for the open market. So you're denied housing.
Been denied housing.
From the state or for the open
His
market.
voice.
So have you been denied housing like from the government?
It's illegal
From
either
the
way
government?
if we had
From the
human
government?
rights.
From the government?
I'm not-
Or have you tried to get a house like everybody else and they said, no, you're weird, you can't work? No, if the state has done that, that's a problem.
they said-
but if someone doesn't want to live with you, that's their right.
They said, no, you're trans.
not sure how you-
So, no, if I had human rights, that wouldn't have fucking happened.
You're weird. I don't want to live with you.
Hey, hold on. What did he say? What did this person just say?
They,
Done that,
they-
that's a problem.
They said,
but if someone doesn't want to live with you, that's their right.
they said, no, you're trans.
not sure how
No, you're
So,
trans.
no,
What?
if I had human rights,
No, you're trans. What? What does that mean?
She doesn't.
Like,
She's
you went to
lying.
get a house and they said no because you're trans. You
She's
can't have the
lying.
house. I really doubt that.
And she's not saying if it's from state.
And
or
they
if it's
wouldn't
from...
say that.
No.
They would make it seem like it was something else.
Yeah. You don't make enough money.
Yes, they would never say it's because you're
Easy.
trans because they know that's not how you do shit. So that's all you're asking for. You're asking for people to be sneakier with their bigotry.
Yep.
That's all you're really
Exactly.
asking for when you do this type of shit. When you
Like-
complain and try to make legislation to say use my pronouns. da, da, da.
Yes.
Okay, I'll use your pronouns.
Yeah.
And then do something else.
Like
Let's-
crimes
Yes,
up
that's
the
where
ass.
you're asking for like yes.
So you end up with, oh, you can't say vulgarities about the president. You can't be vulgar about it. Okay, let's go, Brandon. You just gotta be sneakier. Yeah, that's all they're asking. Well, you can't. We're going to legislate where it's against the law, where you can't say the F word about the president. That's illegal. Okay, let's go, Brandon. Well, you can't say that either. Why? I got a buddy who's Brandon, and we need to go. Let's go, Brandon. So why can't I say that? Well, you can't say it the way you meant it. How do you know I meant it? A word is a vessel that you put a meaning in. How do you know what meaning I have put in that vessel? I can assume that there's a common societal norm that a vessel contains, but I can't assume that there's any special subchapter of meaning that you've implied, because I don't know. I know the meaning that I put into it, and I know that the meaning that the societal norm has put into it. And most of the time, I hope that we're on the same page. Every now and then we're not. but I would not purposely use that word in a way that I know the intent being different than what societal norm is, but expect you to believe that I'm using it in the way societal norm dictates. That's but that's what you're wanting. That's what he's saying you're wanting to do. Is now I got to be sneakier about it. I'm saying this, but I really mean, just like when my mother, grandma was always, you don't cuss, don't cuss, don't cuss, don't say shit, because shit's a cuss word. So then mama would say, oh, sugar. And grandma said, that's no better. That's still a cuss word. It's the intent that you use it with. It's sugar's still a cuss word. It's no better or no worse than saying shit. And she was right.
Exactly. Bullshit like that. And then, it's a slippery slope again. People do not respond well to being forced.
No, they sure the fuck don't. People's rights and freedoms.
Yeah.
That's all. That is literally for some people.
People will die for it.
All they have. That's
People will die for it.
only thing they have at all is their fucking freedom and rights. They got nothing else. And if you're trying to fuck with that shit, they got nothing else to lose.
I'm scared. I'm scared of those people. I would be scared to fuck with those people's shit, man. I would be scared to fuck with people's shit. And I don't want to anyway. That's the thing. I don't want to fuck with people's shit. That's why are we doing this right now?
And
it's so stupid.
Wouldn't you rather know who fucks with you and who doesn't?
That's
so you
what I'm
could just
saying.
leave them alone or
That's what I'm
associate
saying.
with other people?
Why are you mad that people don't like you?
Cool.
Everyone's not going to like you. Just don't like them back.
Like this dude said, you're weird. He don't like you. People have opinions. If they don't fuck with you, they don't fuck with you.
But again, all they're asking for is just to be lied to. Like, to have people lie about their bigotry and be sneakier with it.
You're totally right.
It's really, people don't think past their emotions. This is in Canada, too. And I'm pretty sure the legislation that these people are talking about got passed. I'm almost positive that the legislation was for, on college campuses, you have to use people's pronouns, call people by the pronouns that they identify as, or against the law.
Okay, so then you go to college for 2 or 4 years, and then you go into the regular world, and then you're just back to he or she?
Yep.
Or whatever the fuck somebody wants to call you?
Yep.
Okay.
But they're hoping to get this momentum and change the world. They're hoping to get this slippery slope.
Yo, that's wild.
Yeah, man.
That wouldn't have fucking happened.
As I'm weird. I don't want to live with schizophrenia. As far as I'm concerned, that's a terrible thing. It's too bad that that's happened.
So you don't want us to have protections in the human rights, so that will allow me.
Do you hear them? The people in the background trying to tell them, calm down, calm down, calm down. You're going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Because he said, I don't want to live with schizophrenic people. I don't want to live with bipolar people. I've been diagnosed with bipolar, and I don't blame him.
Yo, it's his right.
I don't want to live with schizophrenic people either. I'm sorry. I'm mental illness bashing, but no, I'm good, bro. I want to chill. I want to be relaxed and not have to worry about anybody else's issues, bro.
We don't want to live with anybody.
Exactly. And that's when people try to make that seem like it means that you're bigoted or that you it's wrong. That's crazy. We've always been able to choose who the fuck we want to be around.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden, nope, we have to include everybody into our cipher, into our circle, because that means that you are an ist.
That's crazy. Do they pick teams in school anymore in gym? Remember when you used to pick this team? They probably don't even do that shit.
Right. Let's watch this though.
Just rambling.
Because we're already 27 minutes in. We're probably we might not make it through this whole thing.
Oh wow.
Me to have employment, allow me to have housing security, allow me to have medical care. That's what this is about. It's not about infringing on your rights or making you learn a new fucking pronoun.
I don't think that's what it's about. What evidence do you have that attempting to transform the way that people use pronouns is going to produce a positive effect?
Because are you aware that there is a trans boy who killed himself in psychiatric care recently because he was continuously being misgendered by his care workers?
And that is my precise problem.
And there have been multiple recorded instances of trans people killing themselves because they are not being integrated into society. We are not looking for special treatment. We are looking to be able.
Okay, so exactly like this dude just said, straight men kill themselves at a much higher rate. Why are we not doing nothing about that?
Exactly. Did you know that bitch?
She probably
The
did though.
fuck?
That's the thing. She probably did, but she don't care.
Yep.
She wants everyone to care about her plight, but not about anyone else's.
Yeah.
Her plight is the most important plight, and
That's
everyone
right,
else's plight is nothing.
Yep.
Because that is absolutely true. And he just said that, and it still didn't. No one,
She
still
didn't
no
care.
one, no one acknowledged it.
Yep.
But it's absolutely true.
But that's the thing. Let her. She's fighting for the colored people and all the
Yep.
other people around her.
Yeah, all the groups.
people of color.
All the groups
Like-
who have injustices against them, but no, you're not.
Yo, that's crazy. And I hate that. Like, I know people of color means like all people,
Mhm.
but I hate when people say colored people or black people. You know.
I mean,
That drives
it
me
just is
crazy
what it
too,
is.
but-
No one ever knows what to say, so I don't care. As long as they're not offending me, I don't care.
I meant. You know.
Yeah, no, some things make people cringe. I get it. I understand. You're entitled to
Things bother
cringe.
me.
You're entitled to your own cringe. I understand.
To integrate ourselves into society, and if you refuse to,
Everyone's trying to calm him down,
to
bro.
refer to us by
What was that?
I don't know, but I'm trying to calm him
I
down.
know.
Even Jordan Peterson, like, hey, buddy,
Yeah.
don't. It's all right, man. It's all right.
pronouns, which is not allowed to ask. Singular they pronouns go all the way back to Shakespeare. It's not a new thing. If you refuse to let us integrate ourselves into society, you
This
create
kid needs to
alienation
get
that
a
results in.
YouTube.
Yeah, he
That
does.
kid back there with the bandana,
Yeah,
he needs
he
to make a
does.
YouTube because he's passionate about what he's
He
saying,
is.
and you can tell that he wants to talk.
Yep.
You know, so he should make a YouTube.
Suicide. We are in a
Probably
suicide
hasn't.
epidemic right now. What are you contributing to this
are
as
you?
a psychologist?
And you know, you're almost impossible to talk to. You're so full of rhetoric that it's impossible to listen to you.
The feeling
I would
is
be more than
mutual.
happy to listen to you.
Yeah,
You think
And I did, yes, actually,
Jordan
I
Peterson
don't really think I
is the
am a
one that's full of
rhetorician.
rhetoric?
Just so you know that. And you
dude
know,
is
I it's
so
very hard
thought
to
out,
listen to you. I mean, it's
so
very hard to
well-spoken
attend
and
to you
thought out.
because
it's-
you rattle
how the
on
fuck is he full of
with
rhetoric? He
your
actually thinks about what he talks
ideological
about.
Speech.
It's not ideological. It's personal. That's what
It's not personal. You haven't said a personal thing.
I'm talking about something that affects my community.
It's just that when you say the
Why can't they just talk one at a time? That's
know.
what I don't understand. Like that dude behind this bitch
Yeah,
is
pussy.
just so pussy. He's just
Pussy.
the most annoying pussy ass nigga in the world. I just keep hearing him saying, just trying to like piggyback in the middle of a
Yes.
sentence of this person talking. Like that's when he feels strong.
Yeah.
He feels strong when the person in front of him is already talking, and then he can jump like that mob mentality, bro. It just shows itself always exposes itself.
like you say, it tends, even if
Hive mind.
it attracts people like neo-Nazis and fascists.
And
Even if that's
and
not what
how come no one is mad at Call of Duty? I guarantee some racists play Call of Duty too. That means that Call of Duty should fucking stop doing what they're doing, or like I guarantee racists drink water too. Should water stop doing what they're doing? Like, what are you fucking talking about? Because some people agree with the things he's saying, that means he's logical. Like, just because you don't agree with it, because some Nazis probably agree with some of the shit you say, and you don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Because you're just so busy calling everyone else a fucking Nazi. Like, come on, bro. It doesn't make no sense, the arguments.
That's a serious allegation.
It is.
So.
It really is, man.
like they see an avenue in your
They see an avenue in your movement. What the fuck are you talking about? And these protesters, they always move like this. Like, okay, Jordan Peterson on the internet, some white supremacist probably said Jordan Peterson is right, right?
Yeah.
They see that, they see one white supremacist say it, maybe two, and then they're like, okay, white supremacists agree with Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
So obviously he's down with the white supremacist. And if he never denies it, then he's a white supremacist. And then even if he does deny it, he's still a white supremacist. And then they go to his lectures, and then they go to protest out in front of the lectures, and then people who are going to see Jordan Peterson, who probably aren't white supremacists, be like, yo, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And then they're like, you're a white supremacist. No, they probably don't even say get the fuck out of here. They go in, and these people are like, white
Attacking
supremacists. And like, we're not fucking white supremacists, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Talking shit, and it turns into a battle, and then it turns into a fight because one of them gets violent. Doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't have to be a white supremacist, though, but it gets violent, and then it turns into, you the white supremacists at your rally getting violent. Because we called them a white supremacist over and over and over
Yep.
again, but it was probably just normal fucking people.
Yes.
And that's how the story gets spun. We called them white supremacists over and over again. It was really white supremacists attacking you, when really it was just some people who just didn't want to deal with your bullshit.
Just like Kyle Rittenhouse.
That's it.
They thought he was white supremacist.
That's it.
too.
They just call everyone a fucking white supremacist.
That's another serious allegation to fucking call somebody.
But
Pretty much the
it's
same
just
thing as
like
a Nazi.
it's the same thing as a terrorist, same thing as Nazi, same thing as commie. It's one of those words that automatically makes people discredit everything you say. The word it does. They try to discredit everything you say with the word.
Yeah.
You know, it's stupid as fuck. But like,
all right, guys, I'm gonna have to end this here. I've got 55 minutes, and they're still just 2/3 of the way through with this. So anyway, I like these guys. I'm enjoy watching them. I could listen to them constantly, but then I agree with them so much. There's not a whole lot that I can comment other than get in there and kind of back them up a little bit. So go look them up. Look them up and listen to them, and see what you think. Love you guys. Hope everything's going well.